Welcome everyone to this tutorial from Herbert Lüthi, Mountain and Ski Guide in Zermatt. First of all, a safety notice. Mountaineering or climbing should not be done alone. If you decide to go climbing by yourself, you should climb regularly and you should have an excellent rope technique. This tutorial doesn't contain any information as to what you should do when you reach a final anchor or belay, or what you have to do after a fall. Enjoy it! The Grigri is a device for lead climbing. According to the manufacturer, always keep a hand on the brake side of the rope. The Grigri has not been constructed for the solo lead climbing and therefore it is misused. Any alterations to CEN certification mountaineering equipment will invalidate the equipment certification standards. This means they are not longer certified. Grigri is now modified. How to carry on and what do we need? First of all, we need a climbing rope. You should choose a rope as thick as possible in order the Grigri breaks the rope better. Then a helmet, a 60 cm and a 120 cm sling, a harness, some quick drawers, a Grigri and some locking carabiners. They are screw gate carabiners, but the screw lock can loosen through the movement during climbing, and therefore safety is not anymore guaranteed. We can use twist lock carabiners, but when the weight is across it holds only 1/3 of what it would hold straight. Therefore I recommend choosing a carabiner which you would use to belay your partner on the lead. This carabiner gets clicked into the rope up loop on the harness. Now we take the Grigri. The lever of the Grigri faces away from the climber, otherwise the rope would rub on your chest, which causes more friction on the rope, and this is not very comfortable. With the lever facing away, open the Grigri. The rope which comes from the anchor gets placed on the climber and around the Grigri. Now the Grigri gets closed and clicked into the carabiner, the safety lever gets closed. Now we take the 100 cm sling. This sling gets attached with a cow hitch to the sling in the Grigri. And then we tie an overhand knot into the sling and then we slide the sling over our head. When the sling is too long or too short, we can move the overhand knot up or down until it is comfortable. For those of you who thought it was too fast, a short repetition in a detailed view. Here the image of the climber, the incoming rope from the anchor over the guy and around the Grigri. Close the Grigri. The lever faces away from the climber and click into the carabiner. Safety lever across the big sling through the sling on the Grigri, and now a cow hitch. Then an overhand knot and put a sling over your head. This method is to show how to avoid letting your rope sit across the carabiner. A 120 cm sling gets placed on the Grigri. Now the Grigri gets clicked into the belaying carabiner and the safety lever gets across. The sling gets pulled from below through the carabiner and then back through the sling. In this way we get a cow hitch which holds the Grigri in position. In order that Grigri sits nicely, an overhand knot is made in the sling on the cord on the Grigri. Then one more knot before we are placing the sling over our head. If the Grigri is not vertical, the knot has to be moved a little bit to bring the Grigri in a vertical position. A few of you will think this is far too complicated. Cow hitch, oven and hand, adjusting the length, etc. I will show you a very simple way in a more detailed view. When you finish your climbing day, you just take the rope out of the Grigri and leave the sling with the knot still attached. Now you are back to climbing, and first of all you install the rope in the Grigri. Then you put the sling on the Grigri. Flip the sling back and hold it with your thumb. Grab with your thumb and index finger through the two loops and the hole of the Grigri and click everything into the carabiner and lock the lever. Put the sling over your head. Cow hitch and the Grigri is in position. Everything is perfect. Before we can start climbing, we need a solid anchor. Unfortunately, there are normally no anchors at the start. Therefore, we have to improvise either with nuts, friends, pitons, or we drill some bolts, or we use a tree. A strong shake tells us a lot about its strength. I recommend to use nuts which can be easily opened after heavy load, such as a glove hitch or bowline knot. I demonstrate it now. Glove hitch. Rope twice around and between through. And now, very importantly, a double fisherman's knot to save the hitch. This is the same for the bowline knot. Before we can start climbing, somehow we have to carry the rope with us. It would be possible to put the rope into a backpack and to pull it out over the shoulder. But this creates a lot of rope friction, which requires active pulling. I will show you a better method. Before we start climbing, we have to tie a big knot in the end of the rope. Why? In case one day the Grigri doesn't break, you would slide over the end of the rope, and this knot prevents this. Now the transport of the rope. My suggestion is to do it using a cow hitch. Click the cow hitch into the first quick draw. Get 6 to 9 feet more rope and next cow hitch. Six to 9 feet more rope, next cow hitch. Six to 9 feet more rope, next cow hitch, and so on. Now we are ready to climb. The advantage of this method using the cow hitch is, in case one day the Grigri doesn't break, you fall. Everything gets trapped with the cow hitch at the Grigri and we would stop immediately. In case someone thinks it's too heavy to have all the rope on one side, we can click a few quick drawers onto a sling to share the weight. The advantage of the cow hitch, it blocks the Grigri and it's easy to open with one hand in order to have a smooth flow of the rope while leading the climb. In case we have to down climb or because of the weight of the rope, slack can be created. To prevent slack, a shock cord can be attached with a Prusik knot to the quick draw. In case you don't find at the start of the climb an ideal anchor, this is a method to connect the first two bolts, but you must be sure to reach the third bolt without a fall. If you don't reach the third bolt, you will receive a fall factor 2. Thank you very much for watching the video to the end. If you have liked it, click on the thumb up. Thank you very much and have lots of fun with the Grigri.